so what's up? What's good? What's Gucci?
Oh, shit, I don't know. I spent the better part of my morning. I went to the gym, try and work this out, and then I hopped on YouTube for a while, and I educated myself a little bit on the rules of hockey, because I thought you were going to bring that up because of the notes that you sent me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stumbled onto this 5-episode series where Snoop Dogg talks about
Hockey?
Talks about the rules of hockey.
Okay.
Which was interesting. I mean, they're like 3-minute videos, and he just goes on there, and it's like just Snoop Dogg being super high, talking about this one part of hockey. Like, the first episode was like the Stanley Cup, and like, he's like, yeah.
For shizzle.
He's
Don't
like,
get a penalty.
This trophy is one of the most prestigious trophies in all of sports. Wayne Gretzky, blah, 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 blah. And he just is Snoop Dogg talking about hockey. And It just makes me realize that the internet has a place for everything and everybody. I don't think Snoop Dogg has any involvement in hockey outside.
Actually, it makes sense to me because now that you're saying that, I can picture him in multiple scenarios where I've seen him in a hockey jersey that looks like a dress because he's Snoop Dogg.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he's
tall.
like this big around. And so he's like doing something in a hockey jersey. Yeah. And I recall that he's a hockey fan now that you tell me about this.
I didn't know that. I know he's a big football guy, but that's just because I hang out in the football space.
Right.
I know he does a lot of like youth, like he coaches and gives a bunch of money to that kind of stuff. And I think I watched a series on Netflix. It was like a whole thing about him and his high school team that he coaches or whatever, and all he does for the community and that and all that shit. It's cool, but he's also one of those like overbearing, like I think he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and he's just like gets on the internet every once in a while when something happens with the Pittsburgh Steelers and just cusses people out about it. And it can be fun.
Right on.
I mean,
I don't know from sports, but
Snoop Dogg's one of those personalities that can. Yeah, you just want to hear what he has to say about pretty much anything.
Right. He's interesting to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might bring that in
for shizzle
vernacular a little bit. Yeah. Snoop Dogg,
You're just going to be a hype man for yourself in real life.
I've always wanted to be a hype man. I feel like we've had that conversation before. It's the best job in entertainment, I feel like, because all you have to do is maybe have a little bit of a sense of rhythm and know where the break is in the song.
I'm saying like Timbaland.
Mm-hmm.
All he said was that one sound.
Yeah.
Right?
I think there was more to it than that. Timbaland was like a really respected rapper, but yeah, he was very much. Yeah, man.
All I ever heard from Timbaland was that one sound.
But you heard it.
But I heard it, and I knew it was Timbaland.
And also, it was in like every song for like
it was
8 years.
Yes, it was in every single song. Or like T-Pain.
Yep, he made auto tuning like a thriving, standalone artistic expression. Like.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have heard him do like an acoustic something once where he actually sang and I heard his voice and then I think he was legit. But like for some reason, like
he went to Juilliard.
Yeah, he really leaned on that auto tune thing for a minute. It was probably just trying to be original. Like nobody else was doing it.
Yeah, people were doing with that. Right. People also, weren't wearing top hats anymore.
So I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of people wearing top hats, but not in that space, not in that domain.
Who's that one top hat guy? Like Slash. That's like the only other top hat guy I can think of in fairly modern music.
Hipsters, magicians,
probably wizards of some kind.
Yeah. Well, no, wizards got the pointy hats. That's different.
The Trix rabbit.
Did he have a top hat? I don't think he had a hat.
He didn't.
I think he just made the rabbit connection.
Yeah.
Back to the magicians, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, man. There's a lot of headgear things happening in entertainment now. I don't understand, like, fashion at all. So I have that old guy stance on most things I see where I'm like, why are men wearing capri pants? But then it's like people I respect. And I'm like,
I like wearing a 3/4 pant.
Yeah, well,
I'm a fan of that.
Yeah,
I always like to being able to, get my legs up out of my pants.
I think the look that strikes me as incorrect, which is just my own shit, but is like when they have like a suit. It's like a suit jacket, and then like, you know, the matching suit slacks, but they're 3/4, and I'm like, that doesn't.
No, see, that's some weird high fashion shit. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's like really skinny blonde guys with like like a giant like, Adam's apple, and
well, yeah, I would process that as like for sure that probably fits that guy. But I've seen like football players and stuff
wearing like pants and a suit.
Yeah, like do you know who Cam Newton is?
No,
he's a quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, and he's just like way known for being goofy as shit with his fashion choices. Like he gets on stage after the game and he has a top hat, several top hats, and like funky glasses or like just crazy clashing patterns and all kinds of crazy shit, and like powers through it, just owns it, like does not address the fact that he looks like a fucking wizard.
Right.
Like, he just gets up there and he's like, yeah, we just need to get more first downs, I guess, or whatever. And you're just like, I can't see past the fact that he shows those he looks such disco glasses or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just like, in my opinion, has this like vibe of like he's just daring you to ask him about it, and nobody has the courage to be like, do you realize you look ridiculous today? But he's also a millionaire, so you can't really.
Yeah. But I mean,
the more money you make, the more valid your eccentric choices.
I feel like those 3/4 pants are real. Like I've seen
yeah,
in fashion stuff, I've noticed weird things or like a few years ago they were all doing like on men high-waisted pants on men.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Get right out of here with your high-waisted pants on
all the way off with
like that is
I agree.
Absurd. And especially, I mean,
short shorts for men are kind of making a comeback.
I fuck with that a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
A little bit.
I do. I feel out of the loop. I'm like the last guy that I know that my shorts go below my knees on a consistent basis. But
oh yeah, see, like I'm wearing these sweat shorts right now, but yeah, a lot of my like regular shorts cut above the knee, like a third grader.
If I feel wind on my knees, like I'm like, I got to turn these in. They don't fit.
Right? Yeah, I like a short, like a really short. Like I had these blue corduroy shorts that were real short. Mm-hmm. But that was when I had lost like all the weight. Right. When I was like rocking that V and shit, like I had like lost the weight for a hot minute. And I was wearing those shorts. And then
you brought up that V multiple times.
Bro, I like that V. I miss it. It's coming back.
I think I've heard that from chicks a lot. They like the V too. So
yeah,
whatever.
But as soon as I put on like even like 10 pounds back on above that, I just look absurd wearing those pants. Like, I look absolutely absurd because I still have my same skinny legs. Like the pants go up my legs and they're, tight around my
but then
thighs.
Like the contrasting
but yeah, and then I've got this like balloon that comes out of the top.
It's a clear like equator.
But it's not even a muffin top. It's just like because my waist stays the same, or not my waist, my hips. Where a modern man should be wearing his pants at his hips. Yeah. Okay.
Strike a chord with you.
Yeah, I can't deal with those high waisteds for one, but especially for me, that's the case because
the high waisted goes back to like old suits and stuff. Didn't you work at a suit place and that was like
bro, it's gross.
You were like a tailor.
Tailor? What?
I don't know.
I worked at Eddie Bauer is the closest thing to a suit place. You worked at a suit place more than I did.
Where did I work? Sears is not
it's more of a suit place than Eddie Bauer.
I was in tools most of the time. Worked there for almost 2 years, and I still don't know much about
tools.
A good wrench.
Yeah,
I'm embarrassingly low knowledge on any home repair. Yeah. My dad built a house in my presence when I was a kid, and I'm still like
3/4, 5/8.
Well, I guess I'll just try them all until it fits. Like my dad can like eyeball the exact size of a bolt through like tall grass from 40 yards away. Like it's just like a skill that I feel like in my generation don't have.
Something I learned about when you're talking to old man about tool.
Right.
And they do that. I don't know how they do that, but they do that. I've gotten to a point now where they go, they'll look over to the nut that's sitting next to me from across the room, and they'll go, "Oh, looks like about a 3/4, huh?" And I look down at it, and I look back at them, and I go, "Yep, yep, that's right."
That's a skill in of itself, though, to read the context of a situation and just be like, you obviously know.
Right? Like, yeah.
And you did say the word about, so I'm not really investing too much in my...
It looks like it to me, too.
Yeah,
I go, nah, actually, I think that's a 5/8. I think that's a, 7/16, right? Then...
Oh, he's like, you're going...
He's like, you're going to disagree with me.
He's like, where you at on the metrics?
Yeah, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't even talk to me about millimeters.
Yeah.
But then, if I'm wrong...
Right.
He's still going to hand me the one that I said. And then if I'm wrong and he was right, I got to eat that. And that's, one more strike about, these damn kids or whatever. Right. So I just.
Oh, so it's from a place of like representing your generation or something?
It's more just like not wanting to get hassled by old men for being stupid.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what size a nut was from my eyes without like a tape measure or some kind of wrench in my hand.
Yeah. All you got to do is come back at them with like any random little piece of tech knowledge and they're going to feel inferior in that situation too.
Oh, it wasn't 3/4, wasn't it? I go, yeah. How about your cell phone? Can you use it?
Yeah.
You know how to make a video call? And it turns out that's all he knows how. Every time he tries to call his family, it's a video call and not a regular phone call because he's an idiot.
Well, that escalated, yeah. Poor old guy. Poor hypothetical old guy and his mistreatment.
I'm editing all of that out.
I disagree. Premium stuff right here. Fuck, man. Yeah, I'm starting to realize that, like, I don't care about those
I'm desperate for the respect of old men.
I was for a long time. I mean, I guess I am inherently a little bit, but I think that's just natural. As a dude, you look up to older dudes or whatever. But oh man, when you start to like actually challenge them enough times, you're like, oh, you're just as scripted on all that crap as you were on the passerby hallway talk. Oh, how are you doing today? How's your Monday going? I'm here. I'm not making any sense, but
all right. You sound like an old man.
Yeah, dude. There's a lot of old men that I deal with at work that I feel like I have the same conversation with them every day for like the last 10 years. Like, hey, Ben, how's it going? Well, I made it another day in paradise or something.
I'm living. Yeah. That's what I say to old men.
Hanging in there. Yep. Or something like that. And it's just like, how many times are we going to do this?
Hey. It's, it's pleasantries.
Yeah, but it's disengaged pleasantries. Sure. Like,
for sure.
It's a waste of time. Like, I'd be better served just walking right past. Hey, how you doing, Ben?
Well, I mean, do you want to have deeper relationships with those people?
Well, I want to know the people I'm around, yeah, for sure.
So when somebody says that to you, instead of giving them the robot response, be like, it's been a tough week, but I'm getting through it.
I've dabbled.
How's with you? What's up with your wife these days? You know what I mean? Change it up. Flip the script on them.
I do. Sometimes I've dabbled, but then you could see the discomfort.
Like, you're throwing them off of their game.
Yeah, you're like,
they're for sure programmed into it. But
I know how it's really going. I haven't slept in 3 days because my daughter hates. Because my daughter hates me, and they're just like, oh, well. Okay.
Oh God!
I contemplated suicide last week because I went 72 hours without food, eating a nutrient, and having a nap. They're like, oh, that's what you're dealing with. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hit the copy machine. That's why I'm here. So, bye. Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't plug the computer back in.
No.
After I did all those switcheroonies.
Oh, you can unplug me if you want. I'm already good. Are you good? Yeah. Okay. So, while George is doing that, I guess I can bring up alcoholism again. That's all I can think about right now is how my head feels. It's consuming my existence right now.
What do you feel would be a good thing to do instead of that?
Instead of drinking?
Yeah.
Not.
Oh, that's dope.
No, me and Becky actually took a long break from drinking just because we had gotten into a bit of a groove. You know, we were just going out all the time and like always grabbing a bottle, you know, on Friday or whatever. And then just, it was like a perpetual like staple in our house. And I was like, well, kids are gone. Let's get jacked up. And
Let's
then
have
like
some fun.
So we took this long break and it was really positive. And then like over the last maybe month and a half or whatever, probably since we started doing the podcast and like drinking beers with the podcast and stuff, it's been like increasing in presence in my life again. Like grabbing a beer here and there, grabbing this, stopping at the bar for a quick drink or whatever. And now I'm like, I should probably just stop this in its tracks for a little bit.
Welcome to the show. We're teetotalers now.
I don't even know what that means. Teetotaler?
Teetotalers are people who do not drink alcohol.
Mm-hmm. So just a person?
I thought it was derogatory.
It sounds like it.
Because it sounds like, oh, you fucking teetotaler. Get out of here.
It sounds like a slur, kind of.
But yeah, no, it's just the definition of that word is somebody who doesn't drink.
I thought that
but not like you're not
like
an alcoholic. You know, not necessarily. It's not like you can't. I'd rather not, and that's generally how I am. Sometimes I get into hang out with you too much and drink a couple of beers in the daytime, but
yeah.
But no, I mean, for the most part, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
Because I feel like crap from it. Like I've always.
Yeah, like I was saying, the payoff is just not there.
The payoff is useless, and like it's so fleeting.
Out of the evening of drinking,
right?
Typically, let's say you drink for 3 hours or 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like 45 minutes in there is like the sweet spot,
right? Where
you're feeling good and you're confident and you're formulating thoughts and you're having this great conversation. Before that, you're just trying to get to that point, and then after that, it's just gone off the rails and you're like chasing something else. You're just like,
right.
maybe I can recapture it with this next round or whatever, and then it just ends up being like, this was a terrible error.
Exactly. My favorite drinking is have a beer and then maybe have another beer at some point in the evening. Like significantly, significantly later. 2 beers. It's perfect for me. Like it's just because then at the end of the first, I'm talking a good beer. I'm talking like a little something. Some kind of IPA or some kind. It's a little stronger.
A little
right?
Browner.
So I'm drinking one beer, and that one beer, I feel something. I don't get drunk, but I feel that beer. And then
it takes the edge off.
Right. And then it sits on you for a little while, and at some point I go, hey, I'll have another beer. And I have another beer, and I get back up to that same feeling, maybe a little bit higher, and then that's the end of it.
Yeah.
And then I don't feel like shit later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like 2 beers, good.
My sweet spot is 2 tall cans while grilling. So if I have one when I'm lighting the coals, and then I have one like before I eat, after we're pulling everything off, I'm pretty much good for the evening. Like that's my I feel relaxed. I'm buzzing, but I'm not drunk. If I had to do something important, I still can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really want any more because the volume of 2 tall cans is kind of a lot. I'm full at that
very
point.
Filling.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's my sweet spot. And I think I'm at the age where hard liquor is just off the table because based on how I'm feeling right now, I'm like, this is poison.
Yeah.
Like my body, like I'm worried. I'm like, oh man, should I go to the doctor right now? Like, this doesn't feel right.
I'm not feeling that way about my neck and shoulder right now. Is that a leaf over there?
I don't know. I think I moved it or something. What? Did you tweak it or something? Or
I don't know what I did.
Oh, it hurts. Sports injury?
Yes. So it's my left hand, so I know it wasn't from the sport I play.
No strangers?
Huh?
No strangers? No.
Strangers? Oh, do you where you sit on it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh. It feels like I want to pop it. Like,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, like a year ago, Becky was, probably longer than a year ago. She was going through physical therapy and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And she went to this guy who seems like it was like an alternative approach to how he did things, but he talked a lot about like releasing fluids in pockets that build up in your muscles and stuff like that. And like she thought it was amazing. Like she thought she had like real structural issues a lot of the time based on the pain she was feeling, and then he would like do some kind of like specific massage where
it's
it
called
was like
fascia work.
I couldn't tell you.
I've heard a lot about that. And it sounds like what you're describing, which is they manipulate your deep muscles,
right?
Like and like your like empty spaces in your body.
Yeah.
And
that probably is it.
Change your life.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm interested in it. I don't know.
Yeah, she was all about it, and then she was limited by whatever the insurance would pay for and stopped going. But like, she was like, I'd do this for the rest of my life if I could.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of little stuff like that. Usually, the more natural approaches like seem to be changing the game for people a lot now.
Mm-hmm.
People are revisiting self-care in that way, massages and deep tissue adjustments and all kinds of stuff like that, acupuncture and yada, yada, yada. I think everybody's kind of getting on the train of like, maybe painkillers.
Yeah, like maybe I shouldn't get addicted to
maybe we should just address the issue of the pain. Yeah. It's crazy. It's not crazy. It's a good movement.
Yeah.
I'm in the camp of like, I refuse to get a massage or go to a chiropractor or something because I just know that the first time I go, it's going to be life-changing. Yeah, and then I'm going to have to like maintain it. So I'm like, I'll just be used to it as is.
I'll just deal with my pain.
Well, I'm not in any
like
pain.
A man.
I don't deal with like regular pain, I don't think, but I feel tight and shit. You know what I mean? Just wound up, I guess.
With some pain, brother.
You're a little bit of a girl in that way, I think. So.
Oh, is that right? Ooh. It's from all those car accidents and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. I guess you have had some run-ins with some pretty jarring.
Yeah. I got that Honda smashed all the way in.
Yeah.
And then like less than 3 years later, I flipped over that other Honda.
Tell that story. I didn't know you flipped one.
I flipped one? I was working in Manteca and I was on 99 going south down to Manteca. Before they did all that construction on the exits off of 99 in Manteca are like all redone and they got the swoopy, But so before that, I was taking the Main Street. Oh, I needed to be taking that first Main Street exit. Mm-hmm. And I was in the far lane, or I was not in the exit lane.
Okay, so you weren't clear on where you were at. That's probably where you started. Probably not looking at the street.
I was in this lane. There was a semi in this lane. And that was also the lane that went off to exit. Okay, so I'm like this, right? I'm here.
Both lanes were to exit?
No, it's you know what I mean? It's this lane, but the exit comes off of it.
Right.
It wasn't two lanes.
Okay.
It just was go exit here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to.
Right. No, you don't have to. I'm saying, if you get over there, you're going.
Okay.
Right? It's put your blinker on and get off the freeway.
Gotcha.
Okay? So we're coming up and it splits. But right here is a semi.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm right here, right nose to nose with the semi.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
In your Honda.
In my little Honda.
So the competition is a problem.
With like 100 feet or less when I go, oh shit, that's my exit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I punch the gas. Right? Punch the gas.
Harness your inner diesel.
go to this in front of the semi,
Right.
and then in the same move, I have to be getting onto that off exit, right? Because it's zoom, and then that's the exit.
Right.
So as I do that, I get in front of the semi, no problem. Zoom, front of the semi. Getting over, I'm now at that Y, right? As I'm getting over, I'm crossing the Y part. And in the middle of that Y, there's a tire.
You didn't see this until...
I didn't see it. And I go, oh shit, I'm going to hit this tire.
Yeah.
And so I go like this. So I'm already turning, on an angle to cut in front of the semi and get off.
Okay.
But now I'm on a trajectory with this tire. So I go, I got to get around that tire. And I pull a little more to the right.
Right.
And just that little more to the right was just enough to send me into a spiral spinning like a UFO. I pulled to the right and just went, all four of my tires, I felt it. All four of my tires just went, nope. And I was spinning like that. Little did I know.
So, like, what time of day are we talking here?
Like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
Little did I know, at the same time that me and the semi were like this, there was a guy on a motorcycle behind the semi also going to go off the freeway. Okay. So I cut the semi off, get into that Y, lose control, and I'm spinning. And right as I start spinning is when this motorcyclist is seeing me appear in front of him, out from in front of this semi. He's getting off the freeway. I appear in front of him and then immediately go, woo, 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 and then off the freeway, miss somebody's house by like this much. Because there's just houses out there in that country before they did the reconstruction. There was just houses out there. And yeah, by like this, I clipped the edge of the corner of their fence. Oh, sorry. So, woo. It went 1, 2, 3, and then on the third
rotation,
1, 2, 3, upside down. I slide through the dirt off the freeway and against the that corner of their fence of their yard, upside down. And so I'm hanging from the belt, like
mostly
like this, hanging from the seatbelt, going, she's going to be mad because it wasn't my car.
Yeah. Okay. That's way worse.
Right. And that was a kind of a turning point in my life, was that car accident. Because that being the thought process that went through my head was not okay with me. That like I was going to die. And my worry that somebody was going to be mad at me for wrecking their car.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right?
Priorities are a little...
Yeah. And so then it ends. I don't die.
I don't think that it's unnatural to have that thought, though.
For sure. But I didn't like that. That was my first concern at that instance.
Yeah.
Was, I'm fucked now.
And probably put myself there,
or
too.
I was going to be dead,
right.
But so I don't die. I'm alive, hanging from my seatbelt, looking around. And as soon as my consciousness goes, okay, I just got in this car accident, I click into, I got to get out of this car before it sets on fire. Right? It's upside down. I wrecked it. There's probably gas going everywhere.
Who knows?
This fucker is going to explode. Like, I got to go.
Right.
I got to get out of this vehicle.
So you're fine, essentially, in that moment, physically, though. Like, you've already kind of...
I couldn't know. Because when I got in that first car accident that smashed the thing in half and broke everything. The first thing when my consciousness arrived to me, I was like, hey, can you help me get out of here? Like, I'm good. And they're like, everybody's around, like all the people who were gathering from this accident are around looking at me like,
you're not good.
Bro, like, because my car was on that, that first Honda that I got T-boned, it was all the way bent in, like, my whole driver's side was, like, to the passenger side, and I'm sitting in the driver's side seat still somehow going, just help me get out of here. Like, I feel okay, but, like, I can't seem to pull myself out of this seat. Please help me. Like, the door's stuck. I just want to climb through the window. Like, I just want to get out of here. Little did I know, like, I had broke 2 ribs. I had broke my wrist. My lung was punctured because of adrenaline and stuff. So
you're in shock and all this crazy stuff.
Yeah. So this second accident, I was just like, I didn't know if I was okay. And I knew that I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, in that moment, I was like, maybe I'm not okay. But I'm still not trying to blow up. Was that at that, like, once I got past that, somebody's gonna be mad at me. Oh, now I got to make sure I stay alive.
Right. So they can be mad at me later.
Right. Yeah.
I need to be able to be mad at that.
And so I hit the button. Thankfully, the belt comes off, and I flump forward to the dashboard, and my door won't open.
Okay.
The side
terrifying.
door, the passenger door won't open.
Nobody was around at this point yet, like, that you could tell. Like, the truck kept going, and the
truck kept going. I was just
couldn't really tell.
Nobody was, like, running up to me.
Right.
And I looked behind me, and the back windshield was shattered out.
Okay.
And so that's
where we're going.
Yeah, that's where I went. Like, that was my only, none of the doors wouldn't open. Time to go. Oh, and it was a 2-door. That one was a 2-door.
Okay.
So the two doors didn't open. Time to go out the back. Especially, I couldn't go out the front because the front was on the dirt.
Right.
Because that's the angle.
Yeah.
Right. The engine is down.
What kind of car was it?
It was I think it was a Honda Accord. Honda Civic, maybe. Okay. Mid-90s.
Okay, so it was one of those kind of like rounded, or was it
more squarey still?
Yeah. Still? Okay, yeah, those are pretty light cars, so yeah, the engine probably would just
tip it. It's upside down. It's going to be leaning engine way.
Yeah.
And I had started at that point my weight loss journey. Luckily, so I wasn't over 300 pounds.
That's a positive, I suppose, in that note. So you could fit through this way.
So I was able to fit, like, only barely, and I scraped up my front of my gut.
Okay. So,
like, if I had been at my max weight, I would have been stuck in that car until somebody came to get me. And terrified that I was going to set on fire.
Stress eating.
Beef jerky! Yeah, and I climbed out and I was fine. I had some scratches. I'm sure I got some deep muscle issues from whipping around, getting flipped over inside of that with just the seatbelt holding me together.
So what'd you do from there? Is that your first phone call? The cops? Ambulance?
I called work.
Work, okay.
And told them I was going to be late. And they asked me why, and I told them I flipped my car off the freeway. And they were like, do you want us to send somebody to help you? Because it was in Manteca and I live in Stockton. And I was like, sure. Cool. Yeah, somebody could come pick me up. And And then I just didn't care about anything for a while.
Well,
I couldn't, no emotions or anything. Like, I was just like,
well, near death, right?
Yeah.
People respond to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Like, I was heavy, just like, I feel like it was like an adrenaline withdrawal. You know what I mean? Like, there was so much adrenaline and that was so intense that everything else was just, I was just like, what? Like, what is it? Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, nothing was.
Well, it opens up a new space in your brain, probably, of like, okay, so none of that matters because.
Right. And so I I had that feeling going on. And then also, like, this reaction to that idea about, like...
So you stewed on that for...
Yeah, well, so that's why I finally, you know, few weeks later was like, why don't you do the dishes? Fuck you, bitch! I'm moving out of here right now! And like went and threw all my shit in a bag and left. You know what I mean? So
reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elderly mother.
No. It wasn't my elderly mother.
Oh, okay. Female companion.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So
somehow that makes it better in my mind.
It was for the best for everyone involved. We were, yeah. I mean,
so was that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Connecting dots.
Right.
Makes sense to me now.
Right.
You guys.
That's whose car that was too.
Oh,
yeah.
Better.
Right. So that's what I'm. Yeah. But so yeah, it worked out for the best for everybody. Like a million. And obviously,
nobody likes to do the dishes, so it's probably
right
for the best.
Yeah. Find you a companion that likes to do the things that you don't like to do.
Or
just get over it and wash the fucking dishes, you fucking slob.
Yeah. That was one of our talking points at the bar last night as we started talking about, our kids, and not our kids specifically, but kids. Mm-hmm. Some of it is our kids. And like the commonplace of, all these different sorts of relationship combinations now, like how it's not a thing anymore. Gay, transgender, bisexual, like all these kids are like fully open about that. It's not at all like it was 20 years ago or even 10 years ago or whatever. But then like we reduced it to the fact of like, I don't give a crap what you're into. Please still do the dishes. Everybody has to do the dishes. Yeah. Like it was a punchline. I'm butchering it, but it was good.
That's true.
Yeah.
I like that.
We should start a hashtag like
do the dishes
for LGBTQ XYZ element. Just hashtag everyone's got to do the dishes. Wag your finger at me.
Tisk.
I wasn't making fun of. I was making fun of the fact that I don't know all the letters.
Fair enough. I think there's a 2 in there.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it's LGBTQ2.
What is the 2?
I don't know. It might be squared. I'm not sure.
Hit us up. Let us know.
Let me know what the 2 stands
Honestly,
for.
don't. I probably will forget to Google it. But
all the more reason to let us know.
Yeah.
Because we won't remember to Google it.
How long ago was that? To this point, what year was that?
That was in 2010.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
I believe.
Wow.
Maybe earlier. No, I think it was 2010.
That's crazy. So a few years out of high school.
Yeah.
You're probably...
I was 21. Maybe... I might have been 22. Might have been 2011.
That's a rough age to have a near-death experience. I mean, I'm sure there's not a preferred age to have a near-death experience, but as like a very young person to be like, it could have just ended.
Right. I mean, and that one really wasn't even as bad as the one when I was 18.
Yeah.
That first one where I smashed it up. Like, where I got T-boned.
How are you insurable still?
Well, since then, I've been like a really good driver.
It took 2.
Right, yeah. I'm not looking for a third strike on my life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
Makes sense. Both of those where I should have probably died. I mean, on the first one, I was on that road coming from Kenneth's house up past Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was trying to go straight right there. I didn't even realize where that was. And if I went straight right there, I would have gone off into the fucking canal.
Jesus.
Like there's not road on the other, you come up, it's like, it was like a steep ass up ramp to a stop sign right here. And then the railroad tracks are over here.
Mm-hmm.
And the highway goes across the railroad tracks next to the canal.
Right.
And it's just
straight down.
Dead down there. If I had gone straight and not got hit by that van,
wow,
I for sure would have died.
Yeah, I can't even imagine that.
Yeah.
I adjusted my driving habits based on financial motivation. I certainly wasn't. I got too many tickets too quickly, and it was like, well, gonna have to do something about this.
But yeah, no, my insurance is normal now. For a while, it was high, but also, I never had the kind of insurance where it mattered.
You just had liability.
Right. So when I wreck my car like that, the end.
Yeah, you just don't have a car.
Right? And then I tell them, hey, I don't need that insurance anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not versus, yeah, like if you have good insurance and you do that to your car, then your insurance is going to be, you're going to be fucked on insurance for a while, right?
Yeah,
but yeah, you just don't tell them that you did that because how do they know?
Yeah.
I didn't get a ticket. Not for either of those things. I didn't get a ticket.
Really?
No, I got a stop sign running ticket.
How did they deal with the car?
First one?
Did you do anything?
You got to get it. You got to call and get it towed.
Okay, so
because they'll impound it if you just leave it there. You know.
Well, it's not like it's gonna work again.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to You got to call and get it towed to a.
Did that girl get a new car out of it, or is it no?
But that's okay because.
And then 3 weeks later, you told her, "I'm not going to do the dishes, and I'm going to leave."
Yeah. At the time, I was paying all the bills with that good job from PG&E. So.
You felt fine about it.
Yeah. And I felt okay with the fact that I wrecked like a shitty ass Honda that she was driving. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it sucked because we had just put like work into it to get it working good.
Yeah.
And then
Well, it did work good.
It worked great. It had some power behind it. It could flip itself over.
It did. The safety systems did their job.
Yeah, the belt definitely helped.
Did the airbags go off? It didn't sound like the airbags went off. So maybe they didn't work that great.
Well, I didn't get impact. There wasn't an impact for an airbag to go off.
Well, your roof impacted.
Yeah, but the airbag's not going to help you if your roof impacts.
I guess. Is it going to hurt?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I mean, my roof didn't really. I mean, there was an impact, but it didn't get compacted. Gotcha. Luckily,
gotcha.
But yeah, it's dangerous, and I love Hondas because
I've heard good things.
They're great, and so far I've done 2 really stupid things and lived through both of them because I was driving a Honda. Not because I was driving a Honda, but I was driving a Honda, and I lived through these 2 stupid things that I did.
Happened to be driving a Honda.
Yeah, I feel like there's something there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm in the Hyundai family right now.
Hyundai Odyssey.
No.
Oh.
But we have 2 Hyundais. I like them so far. They're fine.
Yeah.
First,
Hyundai, right?
Hyundai.
Hyundai. Okay. Let's nip that in the bud.
Yeah, I almost had a Dodge instead of the other Hyundai that I got. We bought this Dodge Caliber.
Okay.
This one time. It was like, we were just looking for a commuter because Becky had this like, I can't even remember, but she had an old shitty car and we had been pouring money into it, trying to get it running. And besides the fact that we were pouring money into it to try and fix all these issues, I think that the mechanic that I was dealing with was also like fucking me a little bit, like charged me for like multiple diagnostics and like all this different stuff for like, it was crazy. And he had the car for weeks and then we got it back and immediately there was another issue. So I think she was pregnant at the time, or maybe Riley had just been born or something, but we bought the SUV for her. And then the plan was, I think I already got rid of the Jeep. The plan was that I was driving the SUV when the baby came. Yeah, so she was pregnant. When the baby came, she would get the SUV and then I would use the shitty car to just commute to work or whatever.
Right.
And then when it started giving problems, we started shopping for a car. Found this Caliber. It was like an 05. It was like $7,000, which was like the cheapest we could find for a car off of a lot. I was looking for something relatively reliable that I could slap a warranty on or whatever, you know.
Right.
Trying to do the responsible thing and cover all my bases and everything. Test drove this car. It was fine, whatever. Signed all the papers. Put the $4,000 down on it or something. Went to go drive it off the lot and it didn't start.
The Dodge Caliber?
Yeah. It didn't start. And they tried to...
Dodge?
they tried to, rush to the scene and, we found out what was going on. It was this ignition switch or whatever. We'll get it switched out. We'll take it. And we're like, we don't want it. We don't want it. And they're like, well, the deal's done. They tried to force it on us.
It's not. That's a lemon. Yeah. That's called a lemon.
But it was like the tactics they used to try and intimidate us into taking that car were unreal. And Becky had to go up there for like 3 or 4 days in a row and basically throw a fit in their lobby, like keep demanding the next person up the food chain to be like, unravel this deal. We're not taking the car. I don't care if it's the ignition switch. It's obviously not meant to be,
Right. Yeah.
And it was a crazy situation, but we ended up getting our money back and walking away, getting a Hyundai. It was dangerously close to buying a piece of junk and being stuck paying for it still. So,
dead on garage every day.
Yeah.
No, I missed the letter.
Dead on Dad's garage.
Dead on Dad's garage every day.
Dodge.
Yeah.
Dodgy.
Dodge.
Okay, enough about that.
Let's move off of cars. I'm actually going to pause this for a sec because we're at 51 minutes.
That's fine.
So we'll probably.
Yo.
I feel like I start a lot of the segments with a burp.
You're a gassy individual.
Yeah.
That's all right. A lot of carbonation in your diet.
That's true. I love me a bubbly.
Love me a good man. What does it do even? Why is that a thing with soft drinks?
I don't know why the bubbles are so important, but I mean, even
there's something to it. It is.
Yeah, because any of those fizzy waters, I used to dislike that fizzy water shit, like the non-sweetened.
You were drinking
seltzers.
What you call it when I walked in?
Yeah, no, now, that's what I'm saying. Now, that's to me.
LaCroix.
I'd like to have a Sprite, but I'll do with a LaCroix. Like I can.
It's just like a 0 calorie.
0 calorie, yeah. 0 sodium, 0 fake sugar.
Yeah, I'm not about soda. I'll have some every once in a while if it's around, just because the kids and stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
But I stopped drinking soda like basically in high school when I started wrestling, because I was like,
so does the devil.
Lightweight, like a mandatory thing. He was just like, I don't care what you do as long as, you make weight or whatever. But he's like, you should cut out soda. He said that to everyone. And yeah, holy shit, man. Just like when you pay attention to the sugar and stuff. And I was like, I was drinking like probably 3 a day at least or something. And
you're hitting 800 calories just in your soda intake.
Right. And you don't even think about it.
Right. I drink a large, I'll drink 2 like big cups of Sprite. Yeah. Or I'll drink 1 big like Sprite fountain drink and then a bottle of Sprite later. That's like 900 calories worth of soda.
Yeah. What's got to go now for me, I haven't been able to get there, is energy drinks. Even the 0 calorie or whatever, they're not
more
good.
Bad for you than good for you.
Yeah, and I can feel it. Like, it's not a comfortable, like, it's not like a cup of coffee where it's like a pep. It's more of like a jittery thing, and it's habitual at this point, just because it's over the last 10 years of working or whatever. You got to kick yourself in the ass to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning with something. But
yeah,
I'm starting to feel run down, and like in all its forms, I really got to let it go, because I drink like pre-workout before I go to the gym, and then I'll have an afternoon like Bang or something, those Bang energy drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And like
get the like ultra cotton candy flavor,
whatever, they're in the vending machine or whatever, so I get them. But they're expensive, they're fucking terrible for you, and
right,
it's addicting. Like,
yeah, if anything, you could be taking like a Vivarin or a nodoz and drinking water, and at least then you get the caffeine.
Oh, I can't fuck the nodozes. I did the nodozes back in high school.
Yeah, I remember.
But those were like such a crash, like such a terrible like caffeine headache the next day and everything. And I was like, oh man, can't. It was a clean.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Yeah,
it's a nice hit of juice when you take a nodoz. I actually just a couple weeks ago I got an ad for nodoz on Instagram. Like they're trying to be like, hey, you're spending $3 on an energy drink. This pill costs 25 cents. And I was like, man, in high school, I was selling people nodoz for $3 a pound. Like, that was a hot commodity in high school. Kids loved that shit.
That was before the surge of Adderall and stuff.
People were buying Adderall, but I was like,
here's this.
It's
$3.
Yeah, it'll crank you up.
Hey, whatever, you know. I never really.
And it wasn't illegal. Like, it was, you know what I mean? Like, it was, for sure, it was illegal for me to be selling pills at school.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I mean, they were selling cola in the vending machine.
Yeah. I mean, it's just caffeine, right?
It's only caffeine. NoDoz is just caffeine.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel that bad about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure.
I should say I don't feel that bad about it.
I'm not really sure where I'm landing on Canada. Like, it's always been such a huge part of my life, but I'm like, fuck, man, I'm probably shaving years and years off my life.
From the caffeine?
Just getting through like, if I don't have an energy drink, I can polish off a pot of coffee myself in a day easily.
That's okay. I think that's
it
okay.
is. Like, I don't add anything to my coffee, so I guess I got that going for me.
You don't put sugar in your coffee?
Nothing. I just
fuck it then. Yeah,
ice cubes,
bro. That's fine. That's 10 million times better than the energy drink.
Yeah, I'm sure. I would rather do that than have an energy drink. But yeah, I don't know. Just something about the volume seems alarming to me. If I'm like having, you saw the cup I walked up with. It's like a 32-ounce cup that I had full of black coffee. Like, that's just.
But you're mostly drinking water.
Yeah.
And you're not putting chemicals.
Right.
You know, like you're putting like the most natural ancient chemical that we've been using for millennia.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like the highest quality stuff. I think we're Folgers, or I don't even know.
But you think I don't think they're adding too much to that.
I don't think they're adding much, but there's probably a reason that quality coffee is quality coffee. Like, I'm sure there's something there.
Yeah.
You can taste the difference for sure. There's
you can definitely taste the difference.
Like a almost metallic taste, I feel like, to Folgers or something like that, or one of just the regular brands, you know. I can't even think.
Listen, I know my coffee's good. I don't need you coming into my house and telling me my coffee's fucking good, right?
Okay.
Pulp Fiction. That's Pulp Fiction.
Oh, didn't even. I thought you were just telling me that.
No, that's Quentin Tarantino's like one little spiel in Pulp Fiction.
Gotcha. Quentin Tarantino, is he still doing a bunch?
Quentin Tarantino still makes films. Yeah. I haven't seen Hateful Eight. I think that's the most recent.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one either. I think
it's
the
on Netflix.
Last one I saw his that I was aware of was probably Kill Bill 1. That was Tarantino.
What? You haven't seen Inglourious Bastards?
Nope.
Sorry, guys. We're cutting this episode short. We got to go watch Inglourious Bastards right now.
Clear your schedule.
You haven't seen Inglourious Bastards?
No. I'm sorry.
Oh, all right.
There's a lot that I haven't seen.
Real talk. Homework this week. Watch Inglourious Bastards.
Okay.
Like,
is it on Netflix?
Au revoir, Shoshana! Bro, if it's not on Netflix, I will buy it for you on Amazon. Like, it's... Holy shit. That's a great movie.
I'll check it out.
What else?
I can't...
Django?
Okay, I did see... I thought Django was...
Okay. So, yeah. So that's his racist revenge series.
Mm-hmm.
There's Django Unchained. There's Inglourious Bastards. And then there's another one. Oh, and...
You just said Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight, I think, might be too. There's another one that's part of that set. That's the Racist Revenge series.
Is that really what it's referred to? Or
people were calling it that. I don't know. Or what's the one where the girl has a gun for a leg? Have you seen that one? That's not him. He did the other one. Death Proof. And
who did the
Grindhouse.
Sin City stuff? That was somebody else, right?
That was somebody else.
Okay.
It might be that other guy.
Yeah.
Del Toro.
Probably. Oh.
Is that right?
That's an actor, isn't he?
That's an actor, but I think there's a director, Del Toro, too. Different guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't even make it through anything anymore. I have like, when I queue up Netflix, my brain just interprets it as it's time to go to sleep. Like, because I always put it on. I've been watching episode 5 of Ozark for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm sure Becky's getting pretty tired of it, but I'm like, can you just explain it to me? Just break it down. And she starts to like get into it. And I'm like trying to put faces and names. I'm like, can we please just start episode 5 like a quarter of the way in. And she's like, okay.
All right.
Bless her heart.
Then you go to sleep.
I did watch Joe Coy's stand-up thing the other day. That guy's hella funny. Joe Coy. You know who he is? That Filipino.
Yeah, I saw his first Comedy Central special.
After watching this most recent one, I realized that I never had kind of thought of him as one of the top dogs in comedy, but I've never seen anything of his I didn't like. He's chops, dude.
Yeah, and belly laughs. I laugh when I watch that guy.
He's super. In this last special, if you watch comedy the way I watch it, where I'm kind of living vicariously through all these people because I would like to do it someday, watching their technique and stuff. He hits everything so cleanly. The crowd work is seamless. His final bit was the product of him interacting with the crowd for 20 minutes, and it came off I'm sure it was rehearsed. I'm sure he knew exactly what he was doing,
right?
But it came off as this natural
into
thing,
your,
and then walks off stage on that, and you're just so good. It was good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
That's smooth.
Yeah, and I saw Jesselnick's before his. Jesselnick's was pretty good. Gotta love Netflix, dude. It changed the game for stand-up. I've seen so much stand-up in the last 5 years. And before that, what was it, Comedy Central Presents was the last...
That's all I have.
Yeah, that's where it started for me.
Yeah, that's back when we were watching Comedy Central. Remember when I fucking paid for that Dane Cook special and had everybody over? Yeah. I got the pay-per-view of Dane Cook. That's when I was hot for comedy. Yeah. That's why Dane Cook was on my list about that. But I
still look forward to that so much. It was every Friday there was several hours blocked out. You just eat all the comedy. It was dope.
And then I moved on to working. I'm watching TV series that I was downloading.
Mm-hmm.
And just
back in them LimeWire days.
Yeah. LimeWire or no, not LimeWire, but once BitTorrents started being hot, I was a BitTorrent king. I had everything.
Mm-hmm.
I had, oh God, my hard drives, bro.
That was a status thing back then. It was
yeah.
How many gigs? First off, how many gigs does your computer have, and how many are available? What are you rocking on that shit?
Right.
I was so bad at it. I thought I was doing something when I download a movie. Be look at, I fucking figured out how I understand the internet, Mom. If you just want to come in, and I'd get
what
the worst.
Movie do you want to watch?
To get the worst quality ones, the camera footage of the guy with the camcorder in the theater and stuff, and I'd be stoked about it.
Right. Yeah, man.
When I downloaded The Matrix, the second and third one, that was I thought
that's meta.
I thought that was the peak
because you are this is the Matrix.
Right.
I got my movies off the web.
Yeah. No shit, man. That was a good time. My music library was ridiculous.
But yeah, then I stopped watching comedy because I was busy watching
all the shit,
all the other stuff, and I haven't gotten back. And I see all those comedy specials on Netflix. When Netflix first started doing comedy specials, I watched a couple. I watched a couple.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I just, for some reason, I wasn't
what about it?
Going for stand-up anymore.
Yeah, well, they kind of flooded it, too. They did. There was oh, it's cool, it's getting there. It's maybe one every 6 months or whatever. And then all of a sudden, it was every week a new special dropped. And they weren't all good. So it was some of them you had to endure.
Yeah.
I was interested in all of them. I checked pretty much all of them out that were in English.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot on there that are not in English too.
Really?
Yeah, a ton. It's crazy.
How easy do you think it is to translate stand-up? Because there's a lot of pun work and stuff like that where you have to have a grasp of the language before you can understand.
You have to grasp the language, and there's cultural differences. Right. There's references that you wouldn't ever get. You know what I mean? So, but the rhythm is the same. I've watched 20 minutes of a special in another language just to kind of do that.
See what's up.
Yeah, and it's it's the you feel it. You know when to laugh, even though you don't know what they're saying.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Oh, well, I was thinking like on anime, translated anime, they have, some shows do a lot of puns.
Uh-huh.
And so in the translation, like if it's a good translation, there will be what they're saying translated, but then like above, it'll be like, this is the word for salmon and this is the word for sugar. And they kind of have similar, like you can see that they're, they give you like, why is this funny?
That's interesting.
Right? Like, how is this a pun? Because if they go, oh, you're going to put salmon in your coffee, right? And then you're like, what? Oh, I guess that's funny, but like, I don't really,
not really sure why.
Why would you say that? And then it turns out like those words are really close in that language, right?
Yeah,
close
there was
enough.
probably like a bunch of feedback, and they were like, "We got to do something about this."
Right. Well, I think it started with fans because, like, a lot of, if you want to get.
Now, my daughter watches a ton of anime. Some weird.
Yeah, but sometimes
things happen in there.
You want to watch something before they've officially released credits. Or, I mean, translated version, or even subtitles, and. So fans will do it. And then also there's shows where like the corporation will release the translation and people who've already like who speak the language or whatever are like, this isn't good. I need to help the world. And they do a better translation. Like there's a lot of stuff like that where you can get your own subtitles that are better.
Yet another reason why the internet is dope.
Yeah.
People are just like, I'm going to do this for the love of the game.
Right.
And it's to the masses.
Yeah, I'm a true fan, and I don't believe that the subtitles were good enough on this show in translation. So,
yeah,
that's dope. I've been thinking about doing dubs for some of the shows that I really like that I don't think they'll ever release full dubs for them.
Like accurate dubs? Or like
some of them, yeah. Like some need... that just like the subtitles, the dubs are bad, like really bad.
I had a lot of fun with this dubbing app a couple months back. It just like had a bunch of clips organized in there of like anything and everything you could think of, just little clips from pop culture, Pokemon or whatever. And I would just use them to like tell the kids to do stuff. I'd like make Ash Ketchum tell them to do the dishes or something.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I feel like that's a app that we could make. You said a dubbing app, and I'm imagining an app where people who have things in another language and want them translated can upload the thing that they want translated and label a price on that. And then you can submit, here's my submission for it.
Kind of and like then they can choose type of situation.
It's like Fiverr or Upwork, but specifically for translation. And so you compete for jobs by they upload the thing, you do your translation and submit it. And then whatever one we'd let them hear a sample. We're not going to let them hear the whole thing because then they could steal it.
Right.
Right. But so we give them samples of the 5 people who did the work, and maybe everybody gets some the top however many get a percent, but then I don't know, we'd have to work that out.
It should just be straight across.
Yeah,
Whoever gets the best one gets awarded.
I don't know if you want to do the work if you maybe won't get the money.
Well, you don't do the whole thing then. You contract.
Oh, that's what you do, a sample. You record just a sample.
Right.
We only have you record a sample, and then they choose who they want, and you get the bid. Yeah. You don't have to record the whole thing. You record a sample.
Yeah.
And then
you do 10 minutes. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think that could be a app.
If what you're saying is accurate. I'm not in that world at all, but it sounds like there's a market for it.
I imagine that there's a market for it, especially for people who are trying to advertise products to America from Philippines or Korea or Switzerland.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
And vice versa. I'm saying People want, Japan's a thriving market. I need somebody to be saying domo arigato for me and my, smart
and
wrist tracking.
They can enhance it by their ability to do good acting. Like they can do the voices and stuff.
Exactly.
Well. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's an interesting thing. I like it.
App engineers, hit us up. I need help.
Also, please don't just steal it.
If you steal it, just give us some royalties.
Or at least throw Dangerously Strange link up on your website.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. But also hit us up because we can make that a reality with your help.
Yeah, and we'd like to interview you about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Also, while you're hitting us up, everybody else hit us up too at dangerouslystrange.com, dangerouslystrange@gmail.com, Dangerous Strange on Twitter, Dangerously Strange on Instagram, and now on Facebook you can follow the page. Like 4 weeks ago you already could because this is whatever. Dangerously Strange. Search for it on Facebook. You'll find it. You can be friends with the show if you're actually friends with us in real life. Otherwise, you can like the page.
Word. We're going to be engaging you guys if you engage us, so get on there. Also, just tell people.
Tell everyone.
Share.
Like it.
Yeah.
Get on the YouTube and leave us a winky smiley face emoticon on
anything.
Every episode that you want to leave a winky smiley face emoticon on.
Yeah, and if you can make us laugh with your comments, we'll probably talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any final word?
Let's see. Final word. I'll go back to talking about the drinking thing, man. Realize when something's fucking your shit up and put a kibosh on it.
A kibosh.
A kibosh. We don't need that crap. I don't know, man. I'm feeling like we're gonna wrap this bad boy up.
I feel like too. My final word is you got to do your homework. This week you got to watch Inglourious Bastards.
All right.
It's so good.
Hit us up on any of our stuff and what are your must-sees? Curious. There's a bunch of stuff I haven't seen and try to catch up. Talk about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. I think that's it for today. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Dangerously Strange.
Bye, strangers.
Dangerously Strange is a production of London Clock Entertainment and Odenbeard Creative. Our theme music was created by Rick Russell, and we'll add more credits as more people get involved with our projects.